listening to Plymouth Radio, everyday radio for everyday people.
Well, good evening everybody. It's now 6 o'clock, time for all sorts of odd socks, where you're welcome to drop me a message on the chat forum. Just sign in onto Omnium Radio and click on the chat, and you're welcome to send me a message and we can talk about anything. And I do like to share my mental health experiences with people, so you're welcome to ask questions or share any problems. Obviously I can give my side of the story and my experiences. I cannot give you any advice, just give you experiences. So we're actually going to kick off this evening with Don't Stop Me Now by Queen. Well, I hope you're all having a good time and enjoying the show. And I've just heard that Harry has, oh dear, something has gone wrong on my deck. Let's try again. I'll try and be clever then. Right, here we go. Well, the second I walked in to say hello to Harry in next door on Jana Radio, the first thing he said to me, "Have you flown your drone?" I said, well, a little bit here and there. He's got some of his footage to stick on YouTube. He's miles behind. But I've only got 2 videos to edit to stick on YouTube. If you are interested in watching Harry stuff or my stuff, Harry you can find on Harry Chanter on the YouTube. So you're welcome to go and have a look to see where he's been flying to. And mine is the same as the radio show, All Sorts of Odd Socks. So anyway, I hope you're enjoying the show, and I'll talk a little bit about what I've been doing with the mental health side after the next song. So next we have Don't Leave Me This Way by the Communards. God, it's so strange being in the studio all by myself. I think the other 3 weeks I've been in, I've always had somebody in with me. Last week it was great to have Reverend Ian in with me. He certainly tacked on some very good topics, and hopefully a few of you had heard him, because he had some very useful things to say. And it's a lot more difficult when you're on your own. So this is a righto test for me. I've got Paul coming in at about 7, so we'll have Paul the last hour. I don't think he'll say an awful lot, so we'll probably be playing an awful lot of music this evening. And all this music is bringing back memories of many years ago. So next we have a Wham. If I can see it over the mic, Wake Me Up Before You Go.
You're listening to Omnium Radio, everyday radio for everyday people.
Well people, I now know I've got one person listening. My dear wife is listening. She said to me, sound a bit more cheerful. So I'm going to try my best and sound a bit more cheerful. It's very difficult when you're sat behind a microphone and there's nobody here and you're literally talking to this mic. So please help me out and send a few requests via the chat forum. It will let me know there's a few people out there listening to me. And I said to Rika, my wife, I said, it's strange being on my own. She said, just play more music. So she's dropping a hint, you never know. Right then, next we are going to listen to a bit of Madonna. Oh, and a bit more quiet. Oh dear, it's nice having my wife to let me know if I'm too loud or too quiet. So I better come... oh, I'm a bit quiet, I see. Right, Rika, can you let me know if I'm a bit quiet, or do you mean to go a bit quieter? So if you can send me a message. I can hear myself through my headphones absolutely fine. So Rika, turn your volume up if I'm a little bit quiet. So send me a message via... oh, I am not... yeah, here we go. Right, anyway, I'm reading text messages at the same time as talking on the microphone. and Rika said I'm a bit quiet. So, well, I can't be any louder because, as people know, I've got quite a loud voice. So, anyway, let's have a bit of. Did I say we have a bit of Madonna next? Material Girl. Ah, folks, I now know why I was quiet. Rika's going to say, turn the volume down a little bit now. I was thinking, why am I quiet? So everybody just now is really trying to hear me. I had the microphones turned right down low. So hopefully that is a lot better. And Rika says, my wife, that I'm okay now. So it always pays to have somebody listening that you know very well. So I'm going to get back to Madonna. Now I now know why Rika was saying I was quiet. So back to Madonna. Yes, please send me a message with a request. It can be a song request. You can send me a request to wish somebody a happy birthday or happy anniversary and plenty more. So please get on the chat forum. Just go on to the Omnium Radio Online /chat forum and you can send me a message there, and I am more than willing to do a dedication for you. Right, this time I've made sure the microphones is actually turned on, so I do apologise just now, but now I've been in here for 20 minutes I've calmed down a little bit after coming into the town centre. As you all know, I do struggle an awful lot coming into town, and it's absolutely a miracle that this is my 4th week, and 3 weeks before then I came in to see Harry with his Chanta Banta. He plays all sorts of 80s music and has a bit of a good laugh. On this side it's a little bit more serious when we talk about the mental health issues, but also we're allowed to have a good laugh as well and talk about all sorts of things. And yeah, I am very pleased I've managed to get in here so often, and you never know, one day I might move over to Jana. There's a few little talks going around to say, oh, you should move up, but I'm not quite ready yet. As you know, if you forget to turn the microphone on, that is not a very good thing for a radio station, is it? This is why Omnium is so good. It lets you come in and have a practice, and hopefully we've got 1 or 2 listeners. Don't forget, you can come on to the chat. I'll be going an awful lot about the chat because it's a nice way to show me there's a few people out there listening. Hopefully, David, you're listening, and hopefully the interview went well this afternoon. I hear from Harry, you did well, so hopefully you will get that job. So well done to you. Right, we're going back to, back to the 80s again, I think it is. This is a bit of a guess of the year. This Old House by Shakin' Stevens. I remember my brother buying an album. I'm sure he bought an album at this Old House. And if I can remember, the album cover was blue. So if I'm right, please let me know on the chat. I'll be looking that up when I get home and see if I am correct. My memory is quite good for things a long time ago, but don't ask me what I did this morning. Right, so this Old House by Shakin' Stevens. Well, next I was going to play a different Bon Jovi track, but I couldn't find it quick enough. So I'm going to have a bit of Bon Jovi now. I've got no idea how this track goes. I do not remember it at all. So the best thing for me to do is to play it. So Thank You for Loving Me by Bon Jovi. Well folks, I hope you've been enjoying the sunshine today. It's been absolutely wonderful out there, hasn't it? It's been warm, bright sunshine and ideal weather for going to the beach. It could be a little bit cold in the water, but I know a few people who've been going in the water daily. They must be absolutely frozen when they go in the water. But they also say going into cold water is good for your mental health. And I don't think I'm going to start doing that anytime soon. But you never know, one day I might decide to do it. I do find exercise is good for you. So running down the beach, jumping into some cold water may do me some good. But I won't be trying that for the next week. I've lost my little sort of bag with a drink and some food in it. I think I must have left that in next door. So I'll be going in shortly to retrieve that. So I'm going to play another song shortly, and it's Sultans of Swing by Dire Straits. Well, I found my bag so I can have my drink and my packet of crisps after all. So I won't be drying up, so I should last the full 2 hours. I've got Paul coming in very shortly. He'll be in about 25 minutes, so hopefully the traffic is not too bad for him. Enjoy the rest of Dire Straits. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I just had a message from my wife. Dire Straits is a live, I think it's meant to be a live show recorded not an album. Well, you'll probably find out as you're listening to me as I say the names of songs, etc. I am not very good with music at all. I think I've learnt more about music in the last 6 or 7 weeks since I've been coming into the studios than I have done my whole life. And I'm quite enjoying it. I'm actually quite enjoying listening to a bit of music and learning a thing or two. I can remember when I was younger, I was not into music, TV at all. I like to be outside and being out with nature. I think that was part of my problem when I was young. Well, not be a problem, because being out with nature was a good thing to do. Like last week, I was feeling very anxious. I'm not sure what about at all, but one morning I felt absolutely awful. So what I did, I took my camera and my drone out and went up near to Lutton and went for a walk through some woods. Not very far, but I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I came back feeling a little better. So people out there with anxiety, if you keep fighting it, I'm not saying it will get better, because we're all different. It might get a little easier. Certainly by coming into the studio in town, it's got easier week by week. I did struggle a little bit this evening when I left home, but I don't think the missus actually noticed. She'll send me a message in a minute saying yes, I did. I think she noticed when I was on the radio first, because she did say, sound a bit more cheerful. So I think the anxiety was getting to me the first 15 minutes. The good thing about these Dire Straits tracks, they do go on for a long time. So I can sit down here for 10 minutes and say nothing. And on the wall beside me it says, talking between songs. What was the song? That's quite easy. It tells me on the screen. And it says, what year was the song released? Well, that's a little bit more difficult, because I can't actually see anywhere where it says when the year was, when it came out. I know in next door, up on the big screen, you can click on something, it tells you the year. And then it says, did the song feature in a film or TV series? I wouldn't have a clue. So if there is a song and it featured in a film, it's very unlikely that I would even know. And what song are you playing next? Well, I do know what song I'm playing next. I am playing another one from Dire Straits. I did like Dire Straits, it's one of the few ones I could listen to. And the next one is Brothers in Arms, and hopefully I've got it right this time. It's nice to have somebody putting me right when I'm making some little errors. But it's in my 4th week, and it's the first week I've been alone in the studio, and I'm just getting used to it now. I'm just getting used to sitting here alone, talking to a mic. There's nobody come through on the chat yet, so come on, help me out. Get on that chat. RBM Radio online, and well, you must know where RBM Radio online is, because if you're actually listening to it live, you will be on that page already. So all you need to do is click the chat forum beside the home, and my wife Rika says dial straight hit last from 1978. So the next one, Brother in Arms, so Rika, what year was that one there? That was back in the 70s, it must have been, but I'm not sure, but I'll find out in a minute. It's like having a radio program between me and the wife, so just prove there's somebody out there listening, and send me a dedication for somebody, or even just a song that you like. It can be any song you like. It can be anything from well, very early on in the 30s, 40s, right up to today, because they should be actually on the system. If not, well, we can't play it, can we? Right, let's play Brothers in Arms by Dire Straits next.
You're listening to Omnium Radio, everyday radio for everyday people.
I nearly forgot to turn the mic on. Good job I got the headphones on so I can hear what I'm saying. I'm going to have a little practice by giving it a little weather report, because if I ever do move up to Jana, I'll have to do the weather. Well, today it's been a cracker of a day, hasn't it? Lovely weather, warm and sunny. But I'm afraid that tomorrow's weather's not looking so good, is it? It's absolutely looking dreadful tomorrow. There is 60% of rain, 5 o'clock in the morning, 90% of rain at 7, and 90% of chance of rain at 9. In the afternoon it looks a little better. So yeah, it's not looking so good, is it? So tomorrow, if you're going out, take a brownie. Well, next we have got Rick Ashley, Never Gonna Give You Up. I have another listener. My brother is listening. So good evening to you, Richard. If you would like to play, jump on the chat, or even just message me a track on Messenger, and I will play it for you. And next I am going to play Elvis Presley, Can't Help Falling in Love. I quite enjoyed listening to that one, and I think I'll dedicate that to my dear wife. I know she's listening. And the next one is The Final Countdown by Europe. My brother said to me, The Final Countdown. And a few seconds later he goes, Europe is the band. Even I knew that one, because I can remember when we used to live out near Austin, down near the station, and we used to play that one very loudly, and we had a little record player. God, that brings back memories, doesn't it? So Richard, this is just for you. I wonder what you're doing. You won't be out gritting this evening, because it's a little bit warm for that, and they forecast rain later. So if you did go out gritting, you'd all be washed away. So one for Richard, The Final Countdown, Europe. Right, we've got Paul who just arrived into the studio. So good evening to you, Paul.
Good evening, Mark.
So it's good that he's talking again. He does struggle on talking to strangers. Doesn't mind me saying that, because it's all part of our issues. But you can't shut me up, unfortunately. Once I start talking, that's it. My brother will soon tell you that, and my wife, and a lot of my family. So the next one is just for Richard. I know he loves this one. It's Eye of the Tiger by Survivor. So just for you there, Rich. You've had two. So remember, anybody, send me a message and I will play your music. I'll give you a dedication. Anything you like, just send a message either privately via Messenger. You can send me on WhatsApp if you're a friend of mine on there. And obviously, worldwide, you can send me a message through the Omnium chat forum. So here we go. Eye of the Tiger, Survivor. Right then, I'm going to attempt to do a traffic report now. My first one I've done. Vauxhall Street is very busy, and going down onto the Tamar Bridge, heading west, that looks fairly slow as well, especially at the roundabout that goes over the top. And I've been informed that Plimpton's busy, but obviously I'm really going by hearsay on that. So whereabouts in Plimpton was busy?
Up by the petrol station.
Which one?
The one Deep Lane.
Oh, Deep Lane. So that was busy up around there. So there's a bit of extra information. So you've had a bit of all sorts from me. And I won't do a news one because I'll save that for next week. And I'll see if I can do a news one next week. I want to listen to make sure I do it okay. In Nextdoor they've got a lovely little button they can press to play music in behind. I don't think I've got that in here because on the Omnium side we do not have to play, not play, but we do not have to read the news and weather and the traffic. But I think the traffic is actually quite useful to keep an eye on. So in future I will keep an eye out on the traffic and make sure there's nothing going on anywhere, because I actually like to know what's going on. I'm just going up towards Bickenton here, and there's roadworks on the A383, so if you're going up that way it's looking very busy. So I am reading the map right, because it's red. It's actually saying multiple items near this location. Well, I have to study a bit this map and making sure I give the right information. Well, Paul, have you got anything to say? Anything exciting?
Nothing that I can think of, no.
So you've been doing any droning?
No drowning lately. I did help my mate today though. He set up his motorhome and did a little bit of wiring up for him, he did.
Ah, who's your mate?
You?
Oh, right. I've got one mate, and I've got one brother, and I've got a wife so far that's come in onto the show and give a bit of sort of feedback to say that they're listening. I don't expect there's many thousand out there listening. I think it's more like tens of thousand in my dreams. But that's not why I'm doing it. I'm doing it to get myself out and about and get myself into town and to do something at a certain time, because Paul knows me too well. So Paul, what are my problems with going out? You let me know.
Well,
and you can be truthful.
You don't go out, not unless you have somebody who can assist you, because your anxiety plays on you and it's, well, not very comfortable for you, let's just say.
Well, it's actually nice because when I'm with Paul, I do not have to put on any act. I do not have to try and say, no, I'm fine. If I'm not okay, I say, oh, poor flaming panic attacks or something else, or I feel dreadful. I think my brother's quite understanding as well. So, yeah, Richard is, he seems to sort of show me a bit of compassion in that side of things. But my poor wife, she's always having to be imposed here, there and everywhere. And Paul did actually mention a motorhome. I wasn't going to say anything about my motorhome. I wasn't going to let anybody know I've got one. I was just going to keep that quiet. But see, he'd let it out the bag now. But let's let you people know why I've got a motorhome. When we go out in the car, my anxiety seemed to be a lot worse. And in the motorhome, we've got everything there. if we need to stop, we just stop, and that makes it so I can actually go out and about. So yeah, people with the problem I've got, they will understand, but people that do not suffer, they probably will not understand quite so much. Right, we're not going to talk too much in this program today. We're just going to have very brief bits of talking. We're going to mainly do a lot of playing of music. This next one is actually one that I picked because I do go through the week picking a few things up, and this one I thought, yeah, this is would be a nice one to play. A lot of the ones I have played this evening I've actually pinched from other people's playlists, including Harry's. Harry's got a lot of stuff from the 80s, so that's actually quite useful. I'm also going to play one for Reverend Ian a bit later. I might play that one after True Colours, Cyndi Lauper. I need to call her something else then. I don't think she would like that, would she? Right, so True Colours, Cyndi Lauper. Right, we've had a message from David. Good evening to you, David, and great you've had a good day today. I know you've been off for an interview, because you were certainly missed here in the studio this afternoon. Poor old Harry, he spent an hour all by himself, and this evening I spent the first 45 minutes alone in here. At least it gave me a bit of knowing what it is like in here all by yourself. It's annoying when you get a bit tongue twisted because you have little gaps. I'm probably best just to press a button and and play some music. But David's asked us to play "Proud and Mary" by Tina Turner. Yeah, thanks for that, David, to ask for a song to be played, and I also look forward to seeing you next Thursday. And I might pop in and see you in the afternoon. I'll have to pop in and see my cousin Harry, won't I? And I've had a little message from my brother here. Let me have a little look and see what he's going on about. And let me have a look. He said, don't forget to say about the men's day out this Saturday for St Luke's.
No audio.
No audio? There should be audio. There's audio coming through me. Have you put to sing out?
No.
Any audio there?
Yeah, got it.
Oh, there you go. He's you've all got audio, but Paul didn't for some reason. Anyway, back to this. Let me have a look. Don't forget about the men shared a day out this Saturday for St Luke's, and Richard, that's my brother. He's putting on our parents on the back of his T-shirt, and seeing we're touching on my dear mum and dad. We were very unlucky. We lost mum at 57, just 57 years old. That's only a couple of years older than I am now, so it is frightening, and you realise on how young that was. She died of cancer, unfortunately. That was January the 12th. What year was that? 2007. And Dad died in the March 2011, and he also died of cancer. So anybody out there at all, I've just lost a friend of cancer as well a couple of days ago, dear Nick, and yeah, too many people get taken too early by that horrible cancer. So this is in Plymouth. Which is still typing away there as fast as you can. He might let me know a little bit more. And I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say about Paul, but if you want to stop, just give me a kick, Paul. Paul is a survivor of cancer.
Yeah.
He had cancer when he was a lot younger, back in his 30s.
Yeah, but
So I'm not sure what cancer it is. We've not really spoken about his cancer.
I had Hodgkin's disease.
So he's lucky to be here.
Yeah,
But
cancer of blood.
What gets me, he's older than me, and he's got loads of colour left in his hair.
I'm better looking as well.
I won't go that far. He's got a very white beard. when I first met him, he actually had a dark beard, but it's gone a little bit grey now. I think ever since he's known me, he's been growing greyer and greyer. Well, this is going back to my brother now, with the men's day out. They start at Plymouth Albion, and they do a pub crawl. There had to be beer involved, or in Richard's case, rum. But you have a few rums along the way. So good luck to you there, Richard, and everybody else who's doing that. And good on you for raising money for St Luke's, a very worthy cause. My dad only spent, I think, 24 hours there, but he certainly did not want to die in Derriford, and we managed to get him over to St Luke's. It's not really, I'm not really going to think about back then, because it wasn't very nice at all. But St Luke's certainly looked after Dad, and they definitely looked after the family afterwards. They were absolutely brilliant, fantastic. So I always help out with St Luke's where I can. Richard's saying he died in 2012. I don't know why I said 2011. So yeah, but I don't actually think I don't think we're gonna argue about a year. And Richard's probably right, because I can remember back along, I stuck something on Facebook when Dad died, and Richard said, no, it's that date or that year. So I checked. I went into my photo and got his death certificate. I hate that. That's a long time ago. And I thought, damn, Richard's right. I can't give him a ring, say, hang on, Richard, you were wrong. So he was right then. It's what us brothers do, isn't it? Right, enough chat for now, and I've forgotten what I'm going to play next. I think I was going to put Hungry Eyes on from the Dirty Dancing soundtrack, and this was from the 80s, I think. Yeah, it must have been the 80s, because I can remember actually inviting a young lady down to watch it. And the funny thing is, we went to see this lady a while ago with Rika, and we were talking all about this. Oh dear, it's I was young then. I was only probably at 14, may even be younger than that. So this will bring back memories for me. So here we go. Hungry Eyes by Eric Carmen. Right, seeing we had the Reverend Ian on last week, I did say to him I was to play him one this week. So there's no time. Hey, I've got a new comment. Hang on. We get excited when we get a comment in here. And it's David Marks. Mark, great show. Can I have a song from Daniel O'Donnell? Give me a little love. I haven't had one from Daniel O'Donnell yet. I've actually got 3 tracks all lined up. So I'm going to play them first. I'm going to try and be clever in a little while. We'll have to find out if I succeed or not. Otherwise, you can all have a little laugh on my on my part. I don't mind, because if you're laughing, it'll do you an awful lot of good. And he goes on to say, this is great. Hang on a minute. Let's start again. I'm getting tongue-tied. Right, Mark, great show. Can I have a song from Daniel O'Donnell? Give a little love. Going out to them who are suffering that horrible word, mental health problems at the moment. Finger crossed I get to see my fiancée and she will be doing well. Yep, let's hope so. If I don't play that one there now, I will play it first next week. But I think I should be able to fit that one there in towards the end. So next one is for Ian, Reverend Ian, who gave us a lovely talk last week on mental health of the past. It certainly opened up my eyes, and I think other people that had listened, they said he was extremely good as well. So Ian, I know you probably will not be listening now, but you'll listen to it on YouTube, because I always put these on YouTube. Get about 50 views, So not many, but like I've always said, if this show is helping one person, it's worth it, and it's helping me, so it's worth doing. And I think it's even helping my friend Paul, just left of me.
Definitely.
Because he was not keen on coming in today. He was willing to pick me up, but he was not keen on coming in and not talking. But have you heard him? I've heard him there this evening, and he's smiling. He looks happy as well. So this is for Ian. Make me a channel of your peace by Daniel O'Donnell. So there we are, David. We've got one from Daniel, and we may have yours a bit later. Right, in a minute we're going to have a Jason Donovan, especially for you, in a minute or two. I must admit, I used to watch Neighbours every single day back in the 80s and 90s and the noughties. But when it went off air from, I stopped watching it, and then when it came back, I should have said I stopped watching it. I haven't watched it for a very long time. But it was good in the beginning. I used to love it. Used to watch it at lunchtime. Used to work in the morning. Come up for lunch at 1 o'clock. You start at past, I believe. And that used to be my 20 minutes of getting away from real life. And I know people who still watch it today. So Martin, if you're listening, this one is just for you. So hopefully, Martin, you're listening, and you can let me know later on Messenger if you heard it. So Martin, enjoy the rest of this one. I can't listen to that to the end. So we're going to have Jason Donovan and now, especially for you. Well, at least I know that Carly and Jason were both in Neighbours, so that's one thing I did know. There's not many things I know about TV programmes and artists, but I am learning very quickly. So this is for everybody with mental health issues at the moment. If you've got mental health issues now, in the past, or you know somebody who's got mental health issues, no matter how bad, or some people are just suffering sort of silently, really. And if you are, please talk to somebody. It's always good to talk, isn't it, Paul?
Definitely.
So it's good. Paul always says to me, I'm not going to do any talking. But Paul, why do you always talk?
Because, I don't know, I just do. You have a way of making people talk.
So it is doing Paul an awful lot of good, because when I asked him first to come in, he said to me, I'll come in, but I'm not saying anything, because I don't know anybody out there. But I think Paul's realised it's just me, him, and possibly 2 others that are listening. No, 3 others. We've got David, Rika and Richard that are all listening. Harry is probably listening as well now. So I've got 4. So I may have 1 or 2 more. If I have, drop us a little, it's getting a little bit late now, we've got 9 more minutes to run. Drop us a little message in the chat forum, and we could play a song for you. So this is just for David and all those people that are suffering mental health issues at the moment. Give It a Little Love by Daniel O'Donnell. So just remember, if you are suffering with mental health issues or any other issues, please go out there and chat to somebody. There's plenty of places you can call for help. My wife was going to give me a list of places. I know a few like Minds, Martins and such like. I'm sure if you type in on the interweb, you will find plenty of help there. And it's very difficult to make that first move, I know. So please just talk to a friend, doctor or elsewhere if you're going through any rough times. Well, it'll soon be time to catch a train home. If only we could catch a train back home in Plymouth many years ago, you could jump on one of these. Well, many years ago, you used to get plenty of steam trains around. Such a shame that so many tracks are no longer. But it's good to have the line to Oakhampton. And I hear the quarry at Meldon has reopened. So it will be great to see some ballast trains trundling down the track again. But I do believe that they have to run in at night time. There's no passes during the day because of the passenger trains. Right, we're coming to the end of the show. We may go over by about 2 minutes today. But I am going to bit on Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol. The reason why, I've been talking about my parents, and my dad certainly liked this one. I know Richard likes it as well. It's one that is always on my playlist. I will not always play it. I don't believe I played it last week, but I did the first couple of times. So I will wish you all a good night, and a good night from
Paul. Good night, everybody.
It's good it is, because Paul knows exactly when to jump in. He's a very good chap to have in on the studio. So I'll play this one, and at the end I will quietly disappear. So I'll see you all again next week at the same time and the same place. So I hope you all have a good week, and I'm sorry to say it's the weather's not looking so good for the next week, especially tomorrow. Take your brolly if you're going out.